Call me Mr. Chocolate.
Identify triangles. It's posted. Identify triangles. Worksheet. Yep.
Oh wait, you already closed it or something?
It closes at the end of the period.
I can't find it.
Refresh. Okay, page 7, everybody. Page 7. I'm going to start you off, and then,
I knew it. That was page 7.
okay, number 3. All right, page 7, number 3. Page 7, number 3. A right triangle with legs measuring exactly 3 and 4 centimeters. Okay? So they have given us enough information to build this triangle. Some of it is hidden information.
3 is going to be the right triangle.
Yeah. So what do we want to start with?
3, right triangle.
4.
Yep, 4.
Good job, everybody. So everybody start with a 4 centimeter line on page 7. Label it 4 centimeters. Not right now. As a ruler, yes. Thank you.
Do we draw those circles?
The dots?
Yeah, those dots.
Yep. Alright. So, the same as before, right? Dot, dot. Okay, now what do we want to do? 3. Okay, so set your your compass, I should say, to 3. So we've done that to 3. Okay, so put it, bump in the dot. Bump on the dot, hold it down, and draw a semicircle. I don't know where it will meet the other line, so I'm just going to draw it pretty big. I don't know where it's going to meet. Now it says, what else? What other piece of information do they give us? A right triangle. What does a right triangle mean? 90 degrees. So we are going to create an angle right here in there that is 90 degrees. So I already gave you the bottom line. So right here I need to build a 90 degree angle with my protractor. So now I'm going to switch over and use a protractor. This dot
Represents 90.
will be the start of your 90. This dot I need on top of your T. So this dot on top of the T. Remember the T over here? So the dot on the T. The dot on the T. The dot on the T. Put the dot on the T. Make sure this line is at 0. I'm a little off. There I am. So it doesn't reach 0, so I have to be very careful to make sure that it is close enough to 0. Okay, now go to 90 degrees and put a little mark on 90 degrees. Put a little mark on 90 degrees. A little mark right there. All right, that little mark signifies that that's 90 degrees, perfectly 90 degrees. Ooh, there's a big mosquito. Don't come towards me. Go towards the children. Alright, so I'm going to line up this dot with this dot, the little mark that I made, and this dot with my 90 degrees. But I'm going to stop connecting once I reach the semicircle. So semicircle down. Why? Because I need this still to be 3, right? I'm not going to go all the way up here. I'm going to stop where the 3 is. So what does this line measure?
90 degrees.
This angle measures 90.
Yep.
This line measures what? Measure it. What does this line measure? Not degrees, but centimeters. What?
2 centimeters.
Not 2. It should be, if you did it right, it's 3 centimeters.
How my horses?
I still don't have a triangle. What do I have to do? You're going to connect this to this. So connect the 2 dots to make a triangle. What do you mean the second one? You did need to do both. You needed to do the 3 arc, and then the 90 degrees actually told you where to stop. Now everybody measure this. Everyone should have the same number here. It's a special number. So measure this side, and what does this line measure in centimeters? Remember, your compass also has a ruler. So what does this line measure?
5.
Yeah. If you get 5, you did it right. You did everything right. If you don't get 5, something was wrong. The 90 degrees, the 4. So this should actually be 5 centimeters if you did it correctly. All right, now stop and name it. What would you name it? So here's the list. What would you name it? I love it. So it's a scalene. Why is it called scalene?
2 equal sides.
No equal sides. Why is it called a right? Because there's a right angle. I mean, they even tell you, right? It's a right triangle. They just don't tell you it's scalene. Magic. All right, that's the hardest one of today. That one's the hardest one.
Are we gonna do the whole page just that?
All right. Okay, we're going to start off number 4, which is a little bit easier than number 3.
Miss, mine is cut off. 4 is gonna be the base.
What's cut off?
The letter.
Where? Okay,
4 centimeters.
number 4 says a triangle with a base measuring 4 centimeters and base angle measuring 45 degrees. So, what do we start with? 4 centimeters. So everybody start with 4 centimeters. Everybody start with 4 centimeters. A 4 centimeter line. Go ahead, Orlando. Quickly get started on drawing a 4 centimeter line.
Is it both gonna be 45?
Angles.
I think it's an angle.
Sorry, I'll exaggerate next time. All right, 4 centimeters. Okay. Now, off of this is you need to draw me an angle. So dot, angle, make it long. Make it long, and it should be 45 degrees. Then, because of the S, means more than one, over here you're going to draw me another one that's 45 degrees, and you're going to see where they connect.
I couldn't
So-
tell if it's 45 though.
So we have to draw 45.
No, I just made this up, and I'm actually pretty good at it. Like, I'm going to say that's pretty accurate. But obviously I just guessed. But that's what you're going to do with a
Protractor.
protractor.
So this one we didn't really need. Just so you want it easy.
Correct. Oh, it's 60 degrees. 55 degrees. Oh well. I thought it looked good. I'll look at it. Okay, but the idea is you take your protractor, you put the dot on the T, measure 45, move it over, measure 45. Remember, you're looking for acute angle, so if you end up with an obtuse, these are way better than the ones I gave you for home. To draw. The ones I gave you for home are good for measuring.
How do you get to 45?
What do you mean, how do you get to 45?
Oh wait. Oh. Never mind.
So dot, T, lined up to 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 5.
Oh.
Put a little mark at 45, right? 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 5.
Mention that we measured that?
Yeah, so you can name it. So there's that line. I don't know how long to make this line, Orlando. We shouldn't be on our phone.
I know, my bad.
Then do the same thing 45 on the other side. You're going to use the outside numbers 10, 20, 30, 40, 5.
Is it acute isostosis?
So this is 45. This is 45. Right? Now, you have to name it, but you don't know this third angle. So measure it. Rotate your packet. Measure that top angle. What kind Oh yeah, the one that's not labeled, right? What kind of angle is the very top angle? Because that's how you have to name it.
This straight.
Straight is a straight line. I don't see no straight lines. So measure your top.
Is it right?
Is it ice? I don't know how to say it.
I don't know.
Is it isosceles rightness? Mother?
I guess so. Is it good?
Yeah, so now measure this, and then name it, and then what is the top angle? No.
What does this measure?
Top angle?
So I don't know. I don't know if it's acute, obtuse, or right when it comes to this. I don't know if that's acute, obtuse, or right until I take my packet and I kind of rotate it and I put my protractor on the top and I kind of see where that line goes. Is it less than 90, at 90, more than 90? You're going to lose points.
45.
And then, you know what? For those of you, Daphne, who don't want to measure, what do triangles add up to? The angles.
180.
180. Well, you already have 45, and you already have 45. You can solve for the missing angle using math.
Wait, you could just add them? Forgot.
Well, you know the total is 180, right? You know the total is 180. So, what do? You can.
You add those two numbers, and then
The number 5 is
you have to
important.
like find what's the rest of it.
Oh, look. A pass.
Orlando doesn't lock it.
I thought I would check. Alright. We okay? So, if you did the math, 45 plus 45 minus 180, or if you measured, what did you get for this top angle?
90.
Alright, 300 points. Problems numbers 5 and 6.
Just those two?
Yep. Yeah. But what's the number one thing I'm going to grade? Are the names.
Wait, really, miss?
Yep, so draw.
Oh my.
You guys have exactly 16 minutes, 6 more minutes the second period. So 16 minutes to complete 5 and 6 and upload, and it will close at the end of the period. Again, 16 minutes.
What's the top of 90? Top of 90?
Yeah. Because if you add 45 plus 45, you get 90. What's left over? Another 90.
I'm gonna cry.
So a lot of kids will get that. I'm just going to tell them
Ethan, stop letting me word.
for her, like she had that name wrong. She's right. She had it wrong. I would tell her one of these names is wrong. I'm not going to tell them exactly. So that's what we did that. You just like, oh, 5 is wrong, 6 is wrong.
Leave you on the floor.
This one is. She hasn't looked at it.
I'll leave you like Tristan. He's a little skinny sick.
Just 5 and 6. You have 16 minutes.
This is scary.
No excuse. Give me 1 second.
What do we name it?
This is absolutely
What do we
atrocious.
name it?
What do you name it? Just like the worksheet you were grading. 2 names. Page 6 will help you with the names.
But there's no top on it.
You're making triangles, so you got to make the lines long enough to meet.
Can we use right?
Use it.
Can we just put like equalize or do
Both names. Both names. Okay, we just see on our iPad.
I'm not telling you.
What was I gonna do? Okay.
I can't tell you. Feel the feel the fear of not getting these fucking whacked. Like,
I got it.
oh boy. Oh no. Okay.
Justin, how are you doing with this?
Huh?
How are you doing with this?
Doing what?
Like constructing. Are you able to do it or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's still like this. Wait, this one.
So one angle is 60, not centimeters. It's this. One side is 30 and one side is